Hello you guys, welcome back to another video. Good morning. I'm at a Walmart's parking lot. My car, as you can see, I have window covers is kind of blacked out, not completely, but somewhat blacked out. The reason for this video is because today it marks exactly 3 months since I've been living in this car, and I just wanted to say how it feels. It's really hard for me to put it into words. It's really hard for me to even explain it because it doesn't feel like anything. It really doesn't. Like, maybe, the first days, the first weeks, it felt a little bit, overwhelming because it was a lot. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, how are you gonna manage all of this? A lot of questions start to arise, and you ask yourself, like, how am I gonna eat? How, the bathroom situation, showering, stuff like that. But it doesn't feel like anything 3 months later. I feel like any other person. I feel the same way I did when I lived in my apartments, or, it feels the same. It doesn't feel different. The only thing I hate is the fact that I am alone too much. On my days off, I'm alone. When I get out of work, I'm alone. And it doesn't, I don't like being alone. I mean, I like being alone when I need to, but, I come from doing everything on a day-to-day basis, with family for the past 3 years, and completely, doing things now differently. I'm alone. It's really hard to get used to, and that's mainly the only one thing that I could say that it's taking me a little bit of time to adjust to. I like being alone again when I need it. When I need to be alone, then I need to be alone, and it's fine. But I like to be around people. I like to be, around family, friends, etc. I feel safer. I feel the companionship, and I know that being alone too much isn't the most healthiest thing to do, and I know that, and we all know that. That's the only thing that's really taking longer to get used to, and I don't think I'm ever going to be used to that. We're meant to be around other people. We are meant to be in some kind of core of something, family, of something, working for something, to keep a family together, to keep things working. I know it is not healthy to be alone, and I hate that for me, because right now I have one goal. I am saving my money because I want to buy a van. This truck, I can't take this truck far away places. This truck is pretty used, and I don't think mechanically it could lead me into really far away places or remote places, and then, without something not happening to it. I'm not saying that, this car doesn't have a check engine light on or anything. It doesn't need anything serviced, that stuff now. So mechanically the car is good, but again, like, I can't. I'm not going to put my trust into this car. So I need to buy some kind of van, or even I can buy something similar to this, and I'll be fine. I need to know that I can take my car far away places and that I'll be fine. I can't do that with this car. That's why I'm established where I am right now. Like, I'm still back at home where I grew up. And I want to be able to travel more and do different things. Maybe I won't feel as alone anymore, or I'll always be doing something. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like mentally stimulating. I feel like that's what I need right now. I want to go out there and, meet people and have a good time. I also want to visit family and spend time with my family. I need that very much. I feel like I need it right now more than ever. But, it's month 3, living in this car. I have a job. And I don't feel like anything has changed. It doesn't feel uncomfortable. It doesn't feel different. It doesn't. It really feels the same. The only thing that feels uncomfortable, obviously, you have limited space. Thankfully, I have more space than a lot of people that live in their cars because this is a Ford F-150 and it's a chunky car. So I'm able to sleep in the back, extend myself from one end to the other, and I sleep just fine. I'm 5'6". Somebody way taller than me would not be able to do that. That would be very uncomfortable. So you're gonna have to remove this seat right here and make yourself something, from one end to the other, kind of vertically, in order for you to be able to completely extend yourself and sleep comfortably. But the only thing that I complain about is that most of my stuff is in the back. And sometimes if I need shoes or if I need to get clothes, it's in the back. And sometimes, obviously, we get a little lazy and we don't want to go to the back and put stuff in the back. So it piles up in here. But that's me. That's my problem. That's the only thing that I complain about, that shit piles up real quick. And the constant thing of getting out of your truck, going in the back, getting things from the back, or getting things from the car and putting it in the back, it gets a little old, and that's the only thing I complain about. Other than that, month 3 living in my car, it doesn't feel like anything. It doesn't feel unnatural. It doesn't feel, I don't feel out of place. It feels normal. I don't feel anything. I don't feel displaced. I don't feel anything. Obviously, it's a cultural shock to people, when you tell them, where do you live? And you live in the car. I live in my car. It's a shock, not a cultural shock. Well, in a way, it could be a cultural shock because here in the state of Massachusetts, you don't really see this a lot. There's homelessness everywhere, but I would say that here in the States, there isn't much of that. Obviously there's people who are drug addicts and things like that. A lot of these people back in Boston, if you go to Boston, you will see a lot of people in the streets, but I do see people where I stay on a day-to-day basis, or more often, I do see the same cars over and over, and I do see them overnight. So this is more common than not, if you really think about it. 1 year ago, I would have never thought that this would be a possibility, or that even myself, that I would be doing this today. That I would be living in a car, that I would be parking at Walmart parking lots, showering at Planet Fitnesses, making my own food sometimes in a car, doing my laundry in public laundromats. Yeah, getting ready in my car to go to work, getting my homework and my quizzes and tests done here in my car, studying in my car, and spending the majority of my time in this car. Never in my life, a year ago, I never thought that I would do this. I thought of camping and maybe traveling out of state and staying or sleeping in my car, or in cars, even renting a car, and just instead of getting expensive hotels, to save your money, sleep in the car, shower at gyms, and take that money that you would use to stay at hotels and spend it on experiences and restaurants and things like that, or even things for yourself, shop for yourself. But it was mostly for experiences, I would say. I really don't care about hotels. Every time I go traveling, I don't really care. A lot of hotels out there are dirty, and even the more expensive hotels, like, they do offer it so much, and then once you get there, it's like crickets. I went to this hotel last summer, and it's called Evermore, and it's in Orlando. Beautiful hotel. If you search it up online, it's beautiful, but once you get there, it's not the same as the pictures. It's a beautiful place, but it's not as magical as it looks on photos online. It's not. So I'm tired and sick of that. I be getting catfished all over the place. So for me, it's better off to save money while traveling instead of staying at hotels, and saving that money that I would otherwise spend at hotels, and saving it for experiences. Month 3, living in my car, it feels natural. I don't feel out of place. I don't feel displaced. There's really nothing for me to elaborate on because I feel completely natural. I feel fine. I feel like I'm hacking life, if anything. So month 3, living in this car.